Hi there. Welcome to day 5, April 5th. So it's day 5 of the Earth Month. I keep saying that. Earth Month Stitch Along. If you remember correctly, I prepared a piece for today, yesterday, at the end of stitching the other piece. So I'd like to show you how I intend to stitch this piece. Let me reverse the camera. Let's see. Okay, this is a work in progress, so give me a second. Here we go. I am doing this. All right, here we go. So there's my piece. I smeared my leftover acrylic paint on it. Here it is. It's on this side. And it dried really within just a few minutes. It's fully dry now. It's not going anywhere unless I start scratching into it. I could probably, but see, even with my fingernails, only at the edge am I able to scratch away at it. So it's there pretty permanently. It's plastic on plastic. The paint is made from plastic. So I have decided that I want to stitch onto it this little circle. You know, these are the little tabs that come from, I don't know, milk containers, creamer containers, whatever they are. They're inside the little screw thingy. So I'm going to snip this off, and I'm only going to use this part, the little circle. I decided that I'm going to make it very, very simple. I found this turquoise, kind of a greeny turquoise yarn in my stash. I threaded it through a tapestry needle. I don't even know what kind of thread this is. It feels strong enough, so I'm hoping it won't break on me. I made this a little too long, so hopefully that won't cause me trouble either, but it might, and you know, that's okay. So the next question is where to place this little circle on my piece. Do I want it at the top, drawing attention to it? Do I want it at the bottom? Centered is kind of boring. I think I'm going to put it to the side over here. So it's a little bit off. And what I'm going to do is use it as a guide for my thread. So I'm going to just stitch all the way through and sort of couch it onto this plastic. I'm going to offset my stitches because I don't want them to rip on plastic, so I don't want them to be right next to each other. So I will sort of just do this. Catch it through on a few places. There we go. No, it's a little too long. I should be working with a shorter thread, but I was too lazy to thread 2 needles to have things ready ahead of time. So here it is. Fingers crossed, or, well, you can cross your fingers. I can't cross my fingers as I'm stitching. That things will not get tangled. Oh, that was a close one. But it didn't. It worked. So I want to outline this as much as I can. I'm sort of going to, I don't know if I want to cover it completely with this yarn, even though it's such a pretty color and it's a nice contrast to the gray paint in the background. But I think I will take a few more stitches and make a bolder statement with this. Okay, so it's attached now. It's not going anywhere, so I'm going to take a stitch in between each of these stitches and just make sure that all my stitches are on the same kind of slant. Not necessary, just for myself. I like to have my stitches sometimes either very purposefully going in the same direction, or sometimes very purposefully going in a bajillion different directions. Yeah, this is looking good. Okay. So just a couple more stitches. I am contemplating taking a look at the pieces that I have done so far and adding a few stitches here and there to a couple of them. If I do that, I will post them. I'll probably make a post later in the week if I have a chance to add some stitching to those pieces. I know they were very minimal, and that's fine. Minimalism is not a bad thing. But I was looking at them earlier, and I was thinking that they could use a little more on a couple of them. So we'll see. All right, so there's my basic covering of that little knob. Here's what it looks like from the back. I don't know. Sometimes maybe I'll like the back better. We'll see. So this is what I've got right now. And I don't want to cover it more because I want it to be obvious that it's just a plastic ring there. So what do I want to do next? My thread is here. I'm going to continue using this thread. So I have options. I can either do just a basic running stitch and sort of make a circle spiral going out from this, or I can make random seed stitches all over the place. I can make random French knots all over the place as well. The options are plenty. I think I will do a spiral. Spirals are very simple and very pleasing. So I'm just gonna eyeball a spiral with some large running stitches. I'm taking them one at a time because I'm making them rather large, and I want to make sure they're seen a little easier, and also I want to move a little faster too. So it's not going to be a perfect spiral because I didn't start from the center. And, you know, perfection is overrated. This is just for fun. It's for experimenting and for raising awareness about the proliferation of silly little bits of plastic out there that are not helpful to anyone or only helpful for a short time. There's got to be a better solution, right? There are many very smart people out there who can figure out how to make something work so it's not completely useless after it's been used. Well, that's my opinion anyways. Hopefully you may agree. All right, so here's my little spiral. You can see how it's working so far. I'm just going to go around this way a little bit. And stitch by stitch. I don't want to get too close to the edge because, oops, there you go. See, I'm talking too much and I'm not paying attention. I just did a rookie mistake and I pulled it around the edge. I was saying that I don't want to get too close to the edge. Well, I'm pulling this a little too much. I got to smooth it out. There we go. Because my intention is to eventually either stitch this together into one big piece or possibly into a book. I'm not sure yet. I will make up my mind about it closer to the end when I have many more pieces done, and I'll see what they look like and decide whether I want them to be in a book or one large piece. But there it is for now, and I'm pulling this a little tight, so I got to loosen this up. I got to loosen this up a little bit. I don't want my page to get gathered unnecessarily. There, that looks better. Okay, I am just going to come to the end of this spiral over here. I think this will be my last stitch. I think I'm just going to take a big stitch here And I'm going to sort of make a fake French knot. I'm just going to go around with my needle a couple of times. Oh no, it's getting tighter and tighter. Can I do this? Will I be able to pull this off? Sometimes putting it flat on something helps. Oh, look, I inadvertently made a loop there. Oh well, that loop kind of makes sense. Yeah, that loop makes sense. Now it looks like bunny ears or something, right? Anyhow, so here it is. Piece number 5 in the Earth Month Stitch Along. Very, very simple. I used a little plastic ring. I used some fuzzy turquoise thread, and there's the paint from yesterday on this piece of plastic. I may or may not add a few stitches to it later, but there it is. As far as I'm concerned, my job here is done. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.